Gear up, scooter fam. Today we're going to take a closer look at the new dual stem e-move scooter from Voro. Alright guys, so before I dive into this new scooter from Voro Motors, I wanted to remind you that there are 3 ways to support the channel. You can pick up some merch, buy me a coffee, or join my Patreon. Thanks for your support. Alright, so even before that, I just wanted to sort of touch on something. There was a viewer today that made a comment about the new G-Space Mars GS, and I just became familiar with G-Space after seeing some of the T-Wing stuff. So T-Wing and G-Space are the same company. I can say that with some fair bit of confidence. After being introduced to this, it looks like maybe G-Space was a European company, and maybe T-Wing is like the Americanized version. But it seems like they're selling both scooters now both places. I'm going to try to get some clarification on that. I do have a contact at T-Wing that I can try to find out some more information on. So I'll see what I can find out here. This one is a new one, and it's Mars GS, and then down, if you scroll, it says Mars GS 12. So whatever it is, it's a snow camo. It's very similar to the GTR. Looks like maybe an upgraded version of that. It's selling for $5,000. And then there's another, there's 2 different places to click on. So it looks like they're shipping right now from the European warehouse, but I don't know if they're shipping from a US warehouse right now, because this one says pre-order. So I'm going to get some clarification on that and see, like, could we order from a European warehouse, or if we pre-order here, like, what's the expectation for timeline and so forth. But it looks like this one's going to be $5,000 to start. Which is quite a bit larger than the XTR, T-Wing, and they offer something similar here called the GTR. So it's the G-Space GTR is the same as the T-Wing XTR. I see it in a camo, but I don't see it in the black version. But anyway, this is a very interesting scooter, and I just wanted to call attention to this G-Space and this new GS. I'm going to try to find out a little bit more on. Seems very interesting. All right, so now let's get into this this new Voro motor scooter. So it's called Project Daytona. So I wonder if that means the scooter's name is going to be the E-Move Daytona, which will be interesting. Those wheels look huge. Those tires and wheels look really big. Possibly maybe 12 inches. They look bigger than 11 to me for sure. So I guess we'll find out more. It seems like they are targeting this, and they're taking off the speed. They take off the steering damper for whatever reason before they do the speed run. So Project Daytona, it looks like they're sort of targeting it as or marketing it as an off-road scooter, as opposed to a street scooter, which is interesting because it looks like it has street tires on it. It's a seriously beefy scooter. I wonder if they're, still curious about the price point that they're going to be at. I'm wondering if it's going to be closer to like the GTR and the InMotion RS. I think that'll be a decent place for it to compete if it is competitive pricing-wise with where they are. Hopefully where they are currently. But between, if it's $3,500, $4,000 at, and it could go up or down. Well, it could likely, start at 35, maybe pre-order, jump up to 4,000, somewhere in that range. And that would be decent. And once it kind of like the RS and the GTR have kind of bounced around a bit, and are currently like around $3,500. So after the holidays, we'll see how that goes, and we'll see if they release this scooter sometime in 2025, which it looks like they are. Then we'll find out some more details around that. But the tires look really big, so I expect they're bigger than 11s, just at a glance. The scooter is super beefy. They're using a dual stem. They're using a dual stem setup, but they're also using a C suspension, which is interesting. They also do that with the like the InMotion RS. But like I said, they removed the steering damper, so in this promo video, it makes me think that I mean, it has a place for a steering damper, but it looks like they're saying that it's so stable that you're not going to need it, possibly. And so that's incredibly interesting. If the scooter can, you know, flat out fly, and is seriously stable, that's going to be a big selling point if they've achieved that. So I'm kind of hoping that's what the removing of the steering dampener before what appears to be a speed run test or something like that. So now, speaking about Voro Motors, interestingly enough, after the release of this video today, I got a comment on the last video. I got a comment on the last video that I did on this scooter while I was doing a ride and chat on the Klima, and so that video got the attention of someone at Voro Motors, and they commented on my video. They commented on my video and said that they thought it was unfair that I said that they were slow in responding. I guess in that video, I said it, you know, a few times, because that's what I've seen. I've seen it on some of the boards, social media boards and posts and so forth, and then a couple of times in comments to me about the InMotion RS specifically, and Voro and InMotion taking several months is what I heard to get back to him. So in any case, he made a comment that said that we don't take months to respond, and that's just outright false. So I'm only passing information along, and that's what I was told. I responded, and I responded. You know, I didn't know why someone would make up that kind of information if they didn't have that experience. They wouldn't go to the trouble to say that they did. I wouldn't think, but I told him that, and also offered for him to email me. He said that they didn't get the email right, or they didn't have the right phone number, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I let him know, hey, you know what, reach out to me in an email if you want, and anything, you know, I'm willing to work with you guys, however you want to work together. I'm pretty open. And so he did reach out to me in an email, and the email, you know, pretty much said that they face some initial challenges with the InMotion RS, and supposedly that they've got those challenges solved. So and they said that there was some maybe some misinterpretation from people early on, and some other things kind of leading to the you know, in a way that, you know, they're waiting on InMotion, and InMotion is trying to solve their problems, and so there was just a delay in how they were able to handle those issues. And then he welcomed me to, or he encouraged me to go and check out some of these customer service avenues myself, and so and then you know, let him know what I think. And so I think that's actually a really good idea for a video. And I told him that. I think that's a good idea for a video. And I think what I will do, and he said go and reach out to other major scooter companies and see how their response time compares to Voro Motors. I already have one to use as a as a comparison with Fluid Freeride. So that'll be something to compare, and then go from, and then some others too. I'll reach out to, you know, Apollo, you know, whoever I could think of, Solar. I'll try to reach out to some major brands, and see how long it takes me, or see how long it takes me to get to where I want to go to. If I have to email, if I have to send a message, if I can talk to someone through a chat, if I can call somebody and talk to them in person, I'm going to put it all on video. And it may take me a few days or so to kind of put all this footage together, but I really like the idea. I'm kind of glad that he challenged me to do that, because it gives me a great idea. It gives me a great way to go to do to do a video on this and maybe continue something like this and sort of compare, because I think that's probably the most important thing. While I think that it's important to get the scooter to you the right way the first time, and that should be your goal. In the meanwhile, you have to stand behind your products. You have to have prompt and available customer service. You can't just throw scooters out there that are very loosely regulated as far as quality control, and then not have a solid customer service support. So they need to be on top of the ball first and foremost with the customer service. And then they need to work, while they're doing that, they need to work on improving the scooters. And that's really on the manufacturer, which, Voro doesn't have complete control over the manufacturer of, let's say, InMotion or Cabo. And so they're more responsible for eMove. Now, where they fall short on eMove, that's completely on Voro Motors, because they are the manufacturer. So, you still have to hold the whole supply chain accountable to a certain extent. But I would love to do this video, showing the different routes and customer service, and seeing what I can get early on. While I don't have these scooters here, and I'm not experiencing problems myself, and I'm not having to follow up on actual problems, I can at least see how difficult it is to get someone to start engaging with me in case I did have a problem. And so I think that's going to be fun. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of glad that he gave me the idea to do that, because it just things started going off in my head. Like, okay, I can definitely have some fun with this and see how it goes. So it's kind of like a secret shopper kind of video kind of thing. And then I welcome him to come watch it. I'll let him know that I'll be doing a video. I don't know if that was his intention for me to do a video on it, but I would love that. I mean, that gave me the idea to do a video, and so that'll be fun. And I'll get on speakerphone with who I can get on speakerphone with, and you guys can see everything I don't know if this video is going to be like a huge popular video as far as like, it getting 1 million views or whatever, or even ranking in my top videos, just because it's not going to be about a specific scooter, but rather customer service of each place and how long it takes to get someone on the line, minimum. After that, of course, since there is no real problem that exists, I won't be able to know whether they can solve the problem or how fast that they can solve the problem. That'll be a missing piece until I maybe can work with Voro Motors on a scooter. If I get a scooter from them, maybe this scooter, who knows? And there are probably going to be challenges, and I'm happy to report those. And I'm happy to do what's honest and forthright and transparent. So that being said, I will say that I think that it shows that Voro Motors cares about their image, that they reached out to me, and I'm happy they reached out to me. I think it shows that they care about their image, and I think that it shows, which is not too surprising, but the fact that they are saying, look, we've worked on these things. We've built our customer service team that's available 24 hours a day. I'm gonna test that. A lot of times I make videos late at night, so I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna see when they're available. I'm gonna try during the daytime because I want to be fair. But I'm gonna try. I want to like document different times and so forth. So I kind of wanted to build this video up and then release it to some of my more hardcore to some of my more dedicated followers and viewers, and let you guys see what I find out, at least as much as I can. And then in the future, of course, as I get more experience with these places, I'm happy to tell you how it goes along the way. But so like I said, I think it shows a lot on their part, on Voro Motors, to reach out and say, look, we're better than what is being said, and maybe that's true. They've acknowledged some things on Reddit and Facebook, where people were kind of trashing him, and he thought that was not undeserved. And so uh, they followed up, according to him, with customers that have said that they got a slow response, and turns out they just didn't know how to get to the right place. And not to and he explained to me that some of these are less tech savvy customers, and I get that. But at the end of the day, you gotta it's Voro Motors' job to make sure it's also easy for the customer to get through to who they need to get through to. So even if that part is confusing, that's still something that needs to be addressed by Voro Motors. So your ability to have customer service and your ability to get the average person through to customer service, that's two different things. Now me, I'm fairly tech savvy, so it wouldn't take me too much difficulty to try to find some information. But someone who like he said is less tech savvy still needs to be able to get help, or you're only selling scooters to tech savvy people. But anyway, what you're getting is you're getting a mixed bag of people's experiences, if that's the case, of uh, less tech savvy customers, which you still want them as customers, not being able to get help. So just some things to think about. You know, those are real things. And so creating a system for the average person to be able to go and just easy to find, easy to navigate, and then easy to get help. You got to have it from A to Z the whole way. And so I'm very interested, extremely interested, in working on a project like this with any and all companies that want me to test their streams. How easy it is. Happy to go through and make videos showing you guys how easy it is to get service and how difficult it kind of is on some of these places to get responses. I'm happy to do that. It'll be I'll gladly take that honor to take that on. It's right down my alley. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that video. It's gonna take a little time, maybe a week, hopefully no longer than that. But I'm hoping over the next week I can grab little pieces of footage here and there of me calling these companies, emailing these companies, and waiting to see how long it takes to get back. And then making a video of all this footage and putting it together and reporting back to you guys what I found at the end of the week. I'm gonna make videos along the way, but time to time gonna be jumping off and getting footage for that one video towards the end of the week probably. But this is good. This is good news. I'm pretty happy with how this went today with the Voro Motors and our discussions. We'll see where it leads to. I did try to get some more. I tried to squeeze some more information out of the new teaser, but they didn't respond. They wouldn't give me any new information. I said anything, price points, possible release dates, whatever you can offer, and they didn't offer any more information. But I tried to get those details for you guys, and I'll try to get more as I move forward. And anything that I find out, you will find out. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Join my Patreon, buy me a coffee, or pick up some merch. Thanks, and happy riding.